Ethics and professional issues in career counsel. This is what we will be discussing in today's video. So, welcoming everyone to the ethics and professional issues. Let us bifurcate this practice into two aspects, ethical and legal. So there are certain things which are ethical and legal, let's say, and there are certain things which is ethical and not legal, or should I say illegal. Similarly, there are some which are legal but unethical, and there are certain things which are outright illegal and outright unethical. So this is the practicing behaviors for any individual as a counselor. And remember, we are talking about career counselor. Let me give you the rule of the thumb issues as the thing, the ethical rules of the thumb. Dual relationship with potential to exploit client trust and vulnerability is absolutely unethical. If you are exploiting your client just because you are in a superior position or in a powerful position, that's something unacceptable. Consult with the professional colleagues who understand career interventions. When ensure about how to resolve a dilemma, be aware of a client's values and those embedded in a career interventions model as on when on basis. We have the ethical dilemmas versus the moral temptation. Definitely, this is, they might be at loggerhead. Most of the time, they are walking in the same direction, hands in hands, but they might be at loggerhead. Moral temptation might be asking you to do something else, and ethical dilemmas might be asking you to do the other way around. So, Kidder, way back, approximately 25 years back, or more than that, approximately 30 years back, we are talking about Kidder contempts in 1995. That ethical dilemma occurs where only in instances where there are competing rights or there is a struggle between what is the least bad course of action, what to do. So there are contrarian view as to what effects might be going around here. So imagine in a railway line, the rail is moving past all the way through, but on an adjoining railway line, there is only one person walking down the train. Meanwhile, on the main line where the rail is moving through, there are a dozen people who are walking around it. Now the driver can see the accident being inevitable. Should the driver go ahead and crush those dozen people because they are on the railway line and it is illegal for them to be there when the train has just given a signal, or the driver should go and crush that one single individual who is in adjoining line where the train can has a effect to bring it go to a little bit slower direction. Now this is an ethical dilemmas that the driver would be having it. Mind you, that single person might be on the right track where there are no signals altogether. But then these are things that happens using principle to resolve ethical decisions. Van Hoos, 1986, recommended the counselors ACA, American Counselors Association's 5 principles of ethical practices. They are autonomy, they are non-maleficence, they are all about beneficence, justice, and fidelity. Fidelity was also mentioned by Hurlify and Corey Dewey. So yes, we need to talk about autonomy, non-maleficence, beneficence, justice, and fidelity. Additional principles. Bishop and Childress, 1995, identified additional relevant principle, and they are 3 which has been listed out here as in veracity, privacy, and confidentiality. Veracity is to tell the truth and do not lie at no circumstances. Never deceive the other person. Privacy is allowing the individual limit access to the information about themselves. The individual who is opening his or her heart's content to you, probably trusting you, should bind you of not revealing his or her issues to a third party. So that is all about privacy. Confidentiality allows the individual to control access of information that they have shared altogether. So yes, Bishop and Childress, 3 professional client relationship principles of veracity, privacy, and confidentiality. We have the American Council Association. Now, these are my ethical codes that goes around ACA, American Counseling Association, NCDA, or National Career Development Association, American Psychological Association, International Associations of Educational and Vocational Guidance, IAEVG, and NBCC, National Board of Certified Counselor, as the case might be. So, the strategies for minimizing the insensitivity to the client's value: become informed about the variety of values held in a society. Be aware of what you are, about what your values are, what are the principles that you espouse for. Present values, opinions to the client in an unbiased manner. Be committed to the client's freedom of choice, as the case might be. Strategies for minimizing insensitivity continues. Respect client with values that differ from your own. Consult with others when necessary. Consider referring clients to another counselor when substantial moral, religious, or political value differences exist, as on when-on basis. So yes, we should respect client, consult with others when necessary. If you think there are certain steps which might be unethical, or putting you in a moral dilemma, you need to talk to the third person without disclosing the identity of the person. And obviously, yes, if it is beyond your point of career counseling, refer the clients to another counselor who can probably guide in a better fashion. So, special ethical challenges are every individual career intervention counseling? Probably not. Should those without traditional training and credential provide career services? Limited. It has to be completely trustworthy person, and it should be dependent. The client should be comfortable to it. And how should the internet be used as a career development intervention? For the initial basis, probably yes, but for detailed interventions, you should require and take the services of a professional career counselor. Reason for using the internet, as in the NCDA, the National Counseling uh, Association, to delivery association, to deliver occupational information, to provide online searches for the occupational databases for the purpose of identifying occupational option, to deliver interactive career counseling and career planning service, and to provide online job searches. This is the six sections of NCDA ethical standards, National Career Development Associations. Now, what are they? Section A is all about being general. Section B is the counseling relationship. Section C is the measurement and evaluation. Section D is research and publication. E is all about consulting. And remember the last one, F is private practices. Now, these are the section C that has been already mentioned by National Career Development Association per se. Ethical standards and ethical practices for career counseling offers your services that are competent to offer, which you are competent to offer. Please, if you are a sports enthusiastic, if you're a sports expert, give counseling on the various sports of what are avenues available. Do not jump and give career on science or on fashion technology. Respect and values individual differences among client and potential clients. Treat information received from and about client as owned by client and held in trust. This is of vital importance per se. Never engage in any professional relationship in which the counselor objectivity and ability to work for the client might be impaired or might be clashing. Assume professional responsibility for every client, and if unable to assist, refer the clients to an alternative services. Refer the client to another counselor. The betterment or the goodwill of the client should always be the core of the services that should be maintained no matter what. So recognize that the counselors have an obligation to other members of the professions too, and to society to act in a responsible way, to consider the effect of their behaviors and others thereby. This is what counseling should be done. Effective or ethical counseling issues to be managed in career counseling. With this words, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching this video till the end.